Millennials officially are the nation's largest generation now. They've surpassed the baby boomers, more than 75 million of them around. Our next guest says this exploding generation is an investing goldmine we should all be aware of. He even has a few money picks to help you jump on that trend. We bring in Portfolio Wealth Advisor, co-founder, Chief Investment Officer Lee Munson. I hope Gasparino stuck around to listen to this. He's always bashing the millennial generation. So we can make money. Give us some ideas off all these millennials.
Well, okay, so let's look at today what happened in the news. We got Cabela's getting bought out by Bass Pro Shops. Okay?
Yes.
Why did they get bought out? Cabela's was not able to think like a public company. They were not spending enough. Look at Bass Pro Shop. Look at these monuments they have. If I've got a 4-year-old and I got to burn time in Albuquerque for a couple hours over the weekend, I'm not going to go to Macy's. I'm going to go to the new Cabela's that they're doing. Why? Because they entertain me. They bring a show. Same thing with AMC. You know, we've been talking about movie theaters being dead forever, right? It's never going to happen. But home theaters, they haven't changed in 10 years. AMC's, first of all, trying to get 30% market share. And millennials are going to soon know the joy after their first child is born of going to a dinner and a movie. AMC says, why don't you do a dinner and a movie at the same place, bring your friends, no cleanup at the rest of the evening. And so that's the theme. And, you know, these big places that are merging with, you know, the whole thing with Janus, they can't go into these smaller areas because they have too much money to manage. So you take a stock like Lululemon, okay? Goldman Sachs came out a few days ago, bashing it, downgrading it. This is after it's come down from 80 bucks. Now it's about 60. The selfie generation, Gasparino, the selfie generation, they're not going to want to look good for those pictures.
Don't speak directly to him. He might come back, and we're trying to avoid that.
I know. No, just tell him to lock the door.
It's interesting because we've tried that. It doesn't work. It's interesting because, you know, there is kind of this. The people say about the millennial generation, oh, on and on, they're lazy and they're this and they're that. But what are their spending habits like? They, you know, largely, if you can generalize.
Well, right now we're seeing the shift in their spending habits, right? We know they like to buy online, but mainly what they do is they like to have the control to price shop and do that. They're not outside of going into a store, but again, they're not going to buy something at Macy's, online or otherwise, because it doesn't delight, it doesn't show them anything. If they're going to do that, just buy it from Amazon. So you're looking to get their attention, and remember, just think about it this way. Right now, they're spending money on $4 pints at craft brewers, okay? They're eventually going to have to shift to becoming adults, and they're going to start the same spending habits as their parents, the baby boomers. So all we have to do to predict the future is to look at what their parents did, and we went from flower children, and within 10 years of picking daisies, they were capitalist-driven, hungry yuppies.
Well,
so I think if you apply that, you know, and I know it's not happening right now, but it's starting, and so I would look at places that spend money.
Pretty good story. Interesting take on the millennials.